What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we doing? What's going on, guys? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to my live stream of Resident Evil 4 Remake. That is Game of the Year Contender Remake. Just so everybody is clear. And I don't know what happened to the last stream. I was streaming for 10 minutes. The stream was not visible on my computer for some reason. Because usually I start live streaming and then I go to my channel and then I can see it live and then I just click it and then I can open it up on my phone. And just because, I clicked on it and it's in like the history and whatever so that I can see the chat on my phone. But anyways, it wasn't there for some reason. I streamed it, I was public, and yeah, it wasn't showing up. So, not sure what happened there, but anyways, we're back. Back with Game of the Year Contender 4 Remake. And yeah, we're I think we're in chapter 7, I believe, we're ways in. Last time I streamed, it was the first impression and the first time ever playing the game. And now we're back with now we're back a little ways in. So like I was saying in the stream that was not live for some reason, this is much improved and like just drastically different and better than the original. Like it's not even recognizable really. The improvement so drastic. All right, I was just making sure I got the chat here ready to go. Yeah, great game, amazing so far. A few little issues, minor issues, but minor issues that are kind of
still missing a piece.
Kind of distracting. And we'll get into that. We'll get into all the little nitpicking. For one, the guns like don't have a sling, like the shotgun, the sniper rifle. Why is there no sling on these guns? Because RE2 Remake has a sling. And I believe RE3 Remake, the guns also have slings. So what's going on, Capcom? How come we don't have slings on these guns? They're just magically attached to the character.
There's a symbol on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that. Not really feeling that.
It's locked.
Oh, break's over, I suppose.
Yeah, break's over, buddy. I love how they did the merchant in this. Let me put the chat on screen. I usually don't do this, but we're going to do it just for today and to see how it works.
Congratulations! I've prepared a new game for you. I think you like this one.
Alright. I guess we'll do the firing range.
Single weapon and you'll find yourself out of ammo, mate. 3, 2, 1, begin!
You got this, Leon.
I guess I won't shoot the sailors, only the pirates.
That's the stuff. Reload!
A hearty, shiver me timbers. She's like, awesome. She's just propped up on a barrel. Yeah, let's just, hey, there's nothing wrong with kicking back a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta unwind in the middle
You
of a...
really are a pro, aren't you?
I'm such a pro. You gotta unwind in the middle of these plagas infested villages while trying to rescue a VIP. Gotta unwind a little bit. And now the unwinding is over.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look.
Yeah. And I like how the merchant is like Australian or something, or it's either that or like South London accent. They did a truly, truly amazing job on all the voicing. Okay, we need to get one more head. It's the head of one more statue. Is this better than Dead Space Remake? Yo, what's up, Bill Bones? It's a million times better, absolutely. If only Dead Space Remake could be this good. You're playing Dead Space Remake. Yeah, it's okay. I think as a remake, they just ruined it. I might like to go back to it, but I'd go back to the original before I go back to the remake. So this is my Game of the Year. It's a Game of the Year contender so far. So far, I think this is the best Game of the Year. So far. It's definitely a contender.
Go right.
This is a Game of the
Okay.
Year contender for remake. Let's just call it that. Game of the Year contender for remake. Has a nice ring to it, I think. Now, I'll admit, it was maybe a little slow at the very beginning, but man, it picks up, and it picks up in a big way. All the bloody dogs. Gotta inject enzymes
I'm
into
good. Thanks.
3 Weezers. Yeah, we'll work on that. What do you think about Heart 8's attention to detail criticisms? Do you think it's valid? I think so. Well, I just wasn't there for the last episode of AGS because I was over on Luca's channel. But what I imagine he was criticizing is the lack of Leon getting dirty and beat up. And if that's the case, then I absolutely 1000% agree. I'm hours into the game. I've been thrown out windows. I've been impaled with pitchforks. I've been burned, jumped in the water, dragged through the mud, acid spat all over me, rolling around in the dirt, fighting dogs, getting blown up by catapults, and I don't have a fucking scratch. How is that possible? I don't have a speck of dirt. I don't have a scratch, a scuff, a broken bone, a bloody nose, a black eye, nothing. Like how? How have I taken this much damage and nothing to show for it? I think it's unacceptable. Just a huge oversight. Maybe it'll pick up and I'll get dirtier, but I should definitely have been beaten up by now. And then Ashley Ashley should have been way more beaten up as well. She's been fucked up as well. She has a nice clean blazer on. The only damage or anything is like on the bottom of your pants you have a little bit of dirt on your shoes, but that's not enough. Now, I do like how, like when I bought body armor, it actually put on body armor and elbow pads. That was nice. And I'm glad it wasn't just like a lot of Japanese games. You just put it on and it's like a statistical improvement, but you don't actually see it. But still, um, yeah, this dude looks like he just got out of the mall, just got out of the shower. I don't know what happened. Capcom, what were you thinking? I mean, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Leon's dirty. He's beat up. He gets freaking, his arm is broken. He has bandages on him, bloodied up. Resident Evil 3, I believe, is the same thing. Leon and Claire, all of them, they get messed up throughout the game. And the guns have slings. Why do the guns not have slings? I have a shotgun, a sniper rifle. How are they attached to my body? They're just magically magnetized to the character's back. RE2 Remake, the shotgun had a sling. RE3 Remake, I'm quite sure there were slings throughout all of those games, and now we get no sling. So those two things are small details, but they really matter in this case, and it's very distracting. Other than that, everything is great. Weapon models, guns, bullet damage is excellent, bloody, violent. But yeah, that lack of damage of the character is unacceptable. Now, that doesn't mean Dead Space Remake is better. It's definitely not. Dead Space Remake is mid and boring. They messed up the story. It's not scary anymore. The sound isn't scary. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, Dead Space Remake isn't trash, I guess. But for a game that's supposed to be better than the original, in that case, it kind of is trash. As far as having your expectations as high as they were. You know what I mean? It's solid. It's decent. But when you would rather play the original, that's a problem. Like when you just go back to the original, that's not a good sign. Definitely not a good sign. Whereas this, I do not want to play the original whatsoever after playing this. But other than Leon not being damaged, it's a massive improvement in every way. Like, I don't even recognize a lot of the areas. They're so improved. Like, it takes a while to just realize, oh, this is that area from the original game. So it's truly, truly a huge improvement. I feel like I haven't played this game before. I feel like this is my first time playing Resident Evil 4. I feel like this is a completely new and original game. It has source material, but a lot of games have source material. Can't believe I went to Luca's podcast to simp... but turned my back on Heart 8. First of all, I was going toe-to-toe with Luca, and I dislike a lot of her ways that she argues. She doesn't tolerate analogies. I was trying to... We were bringing up like Halo and Forza, and I was saying those games don't have the brand power that they once did. And they said, where am I getting this from? Where are the numbers that back this up? And I said, you can just tell, like, they're not as big as they used to be. And then one guy brought up the numbers for Forza Horizon and said, there's 21 million people in the Hall of Fame. 21 million people who have beaten the game, done all the missions. And I was like, no. That number is the total players who've downloaded the game. Not not the people who have gotten into the Hall of Fame. Um, but anyways, we were saying like, how do you know that a game is popular? And they were saying, oh, you need evidence. You need to look at the sales numbers to back it up. And I told them like, a lot of times you just know what's popular and what isn't. Like, it's all over the news when it's
Hey,
popular.
Leon,
People,
there's some armor. Bet you could use it like a bulletproof vest.
Little old-fashioned for my taste.
Too bad. I think you'd look pretty dashing.
yeah, Leon, I think he's into something a little more modern. Um, yeah, I was telling them that it's obvious when something's big and when it's popular. You don't have to look up all the numbers. And they're saying that you can't just go on for your feelings. It's not really feelings, it's just obvious. And then I said, so is Toyota big? How do you know that Toyota is a popular and successful car manufacturer? And she said, "Oh, I don't do analogies. Don't I don't tolerate analogies." And she kept saying that. And then I said, like, is pizza popular? How do you know pizza's popular? Do you look at the sales numbers? Oh, I don't tolerate analogies. I don't do analogies. Like, an analogy it helps to bring an argument into perspective by comparing an example with like a similar example or situation. There's bad analogies, but a good analogy is one where you compare two similar and comparable situations so that they're brought into perspective. But she's like, no, I don't do analogies. Don't bring that up. So I wouldn't say I was simping on Luca's podcast in any way. Yeah, we disagreed on a lot. If you go back and listen, and like crunch and how I was saying developers are not really in that dire straits, who are in nice, comfortable offices and jobs, and people pick and choose what they want to be upset about. They didn't agree with that. And then they kept trying to tell me that Forza Horizon 21 million is the Hall of Fame. And so, yeah, but the reason I didn't come on AGS is because I've been on AGS and had the same argument that we were likely about to have over and over. No one agrees. We've had the argument. It's Resident Evil 4. Does it qualify for Game of the Year? I know their point of view. They know my point of view. I don't think there's any argument left to be had. You know what I mean? We're just going to be wasting everybody's time, going back and forth. So that's why I wanted to get on a different podcast. And we didn't even talk about Resident Evil 4 on Scumcast last week for some reason. I guess we forgot. The stats and data police, yeah, they definitely sound like that's what it sounds like. Is it safe to say Luca and I won't be dating anytime soon? I feel like Luca's someone who wears the pants in a relationship and sets up rules to keep the guy in check. I see, like, if let's say like the guy's like, hey, you want to go out to eat at this restaurant? Let's go out to eat. And then Luke is like, nah, I don't really want to do that. But then the guy's like, well, I went to see a movie with you yesterday that you wanted to see. And then she'd be like, don't bring up past information. We don't do that. I don't tolerate past information. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't see that happening. But yeah, maybe a little strict from me. I have to curse them out. Yeah, I mean, I can curse him out, but it's not really going to change. Heartache's going to be sitting up on his high horse, high and mighty, my way or the highway. After I curse them out, they'll respect me. I mean, you can scream and curse.
Okay, be careful.
You can scream and curse all you want, but it's more about Heartache sitting on his Red Dead Redemption horse. He damn sure is. And then he says, like Final Fantasy VII qualifies for Game of the Year because it's totally different. But in my opinion, this game is also it's so improved, it's different and it's better. Like you will have one that's completely reworked and is but is not really that great versus one that is completely improved and is way better. Whatever reason you can give for hold on.
Come on, you can't be serious.
Whatever reason you give for Final Fantasy VII Remake qualifying for Game of the Year, there's an equally good reason why this one does. For every reason that this game doesn't qualify for Game of the Year, there's an equally good reason that Final Fantasy VII doesn't either. I better focus on this game right here. But I would come back to Lucas' podcast. I don't think they're bad people. I think they're just kind of don't really, not very rational or not very realistic. Sometimes you just got to see things for what they are. Don't worry about all these proof and stats. I would go back on there though. I would go back. And I'll come back to AGS. I think some of these arguments are just kind of played out at this point. Yeah, thank you, Ashley. One time I got to raise my voice and just cuss him out. I have raised my voice. I mean, Heart 8 raises his. He's like, get away from him. Ashley is cool in this. I really like Ashley.
Go to hell, you rusty piece of shit.
That kick, though.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah. Nighty-night. Nights.
You're so funny, Leon.
Nice catch.
Some people only respect you if you
Sure
scream
you're
at them.
all right? You're not burned, are you?
Nah, thanks for your help. I really did the trick.
Thank you, Ashley. I'll be right back. I think you just have to. I think you just have to present an effective argument and stand your ground. I don't think you have to really scream and yell. Alright, I'm back. Ah, that was a good boss battle. Good boss battle. Good boss battle. I love the combat, gunplay, and everything in this game. Have I looked up Ashley on R34? No, I haven't. I don't feel like I want to do that right now, though. You've been trying to play Battlefield and I just won't play. Yeah, I know. I never want to play. I see you inviting me, but like I get on to play something else. I don't know. I'm just not a social gamer, I guess.
Got it.
Like sometimes I'm in the mood for Battlefield. Just I get lost in the sauce in 2042. I tend to get lost in the sauce, and I like Portal, just not when there's 2042 maps mixed into it. But I don't know. Portal does change the rotations and what the playlist does change. So
They're gonna move, do you?
yeah, I just don't accept people's invites a lot. I probably should, but I just got other priorities. I don't know. Like back on the 360, I would get on. People would always invite me, and I would play. I feel like I'm kind of over that now. I don't know.
Leon, the stairs!
Stay back. Run. Now!
Man, that is some slick action right there. Boy. Beautiful, beautiful.
I won't run. Wait for me, Leon.
Yeah, that a girl. Don't run. Amazing cutscene. Okay, now we're Ashley. Now Ashley has veins on her hands because she has the plagas in her. Why?
Need to find a light.
But Leon doesn't. That's another thing. Leon doesn't have the veins under his arms. Only in the cutscenes does he have the veins. But when you're actually playing the game, no veins. Like, how did Capcom overlook such obvious details? Like, who allowed that to go through? Like, did they just not even, did they run out of time, or like what happened? What happened, Capcom? Like, everything else is amazing. All the details. Oh shit. Character models. Character models, the sound design, the DualSense. The DualSense implementation is amazing. Some of the best DualSense to date. Lighting, visuals, phenomenal.
Is that a clock?
It appears to be.
The hands move.
Just gotta figure out what time it's supposed to be set to. Way to the hidden mausoleum. The resting forebears answer to the chosen time. Uh, if it is the Lord's blessing you seek, have courage and fear no darkness. Okay. I need some comments, say some fly shit about like at least AGS controller and then he was down in the comments saying some fly shit about well, at least AGS controller. Alright, let's see what we got to do here, Ashley. See, I don't even remember this part in the original game. Help Turon out, give him some game on how to get the ladies. Just talk to as many women as you can. Socialize, go out, meet new people and friends. Not just women, but like guys. He needs help from the master. Just go out and meet people. Go out and make some more friends. Interact with people. And then you'll get invited to do stuff. Hey, you want to go? We've got some friends together. We're going to go do this. You want to come? And then that gives you an opportunity to be around women. You know, if you need to ease yourself into it. You know what I mean? Just make it a point to meet new people.
A hidden staircase? It must
Fine.
lead to a secret room or something.
Just go out and socialize. Find some people you're compatible with. Get some phone numbers. Hang out and meet new people. And the girls will come along with that. You don't have time for guys. There's going to be times where you're hanging out with guys. Like, I mean, if you need help talking to women, then warm up with guys. Like, you can always use more friends, but I mean, all right, then just go out and talk to women in public. Socialize. Go out there and just talk to every woman that you see.
Keys.
Yeah, you can definitely warm up with guys, couples. That's a good way. You know what I mean? Just get some experience. And when you hang out with guys, like they're probably going to bring some girls or whoever. You're going to come into contact with some girls eventually.
No way. It stopped?
Looks like these nights stop when the light is shining on them. Classic. Oh snap. Better get out of here, Ashley.
Which one is it?
Oh my gosh. Oh no. It's number 3. Come on. Yes. See? Answer's always C. You can't teach this, dude. You can't teach this.
What now?
Playing with Ashley doesn't seem as bad as Mary Jane on Spider-Man. It's 100 times better. The MJ parts in Spider-Man are trash. You drop Spider-Man and Mary Jane, yeah, I don't blame you. I would stop playing at the Mary Jane parts.
Leon?
Yeah, the Mary Jane, I hate Mary Jane.
Are you okay?
Hang on. I'll figure something out.
She's ugly, bitchy, too demanding, doesn't appreciate Peter. Peter's a stand-up guy. He's got his career to deal with, science, helping the community, saving the city, physically fit, good genes, and it's not good enough. Why is he willing to put up with MJ? She's bitchy, doesn't appreciate him, talks down to him, too high standards. I would dump the shit out of MJ. But yeah, Ashley is not nearly as bad as in the original RE4. She was so annoying. But you know what? I don't like Ada in this. I liked Ada in the original game, and I really liked her in RE2 Remake. They messed her up in this. Her face is different, her voice is different than in RE2. Like, I'm expecting her to be like RE2 Remake. Just like Leon is like he was in RE2 Remake. And yeah, they screwed up Ada. I don't like her in this. The outfit is weird. Her voice doesn't sound right. Doesn't feel like Ada should feel. But Ashley is great. Who's the hottest Resident Evil evil girl? Rank the top three. I don't view Resident Evil as like a sexual franchise, but I'd take Claire Redfield. Uh, everyone else could go. To be honest with you, Resident Evil doesn't really have hotties or anything. I think it's more. I think women would be more. That's a question for the ladies. Ask the female version of that. That's these Resident Evil games have all these pretty boys. I'd take Claire. She's not bad. Oh, Ada is number one. Yeah, if from RE2 she is. Ada is good. Yeah, I'd take Ada from RE2 remake, but in this, nah.
Maybe.
You haven't played any Resident Evil games? Bro, where have you been? Get on that Resident Evil, dude. Where have you been? Haven't played any Resident Evil? If you haven't played any, I'd recommend 2 Remake, 7. Either one of those. Start with one of those. If you don't like either of those, man, you've never played Resident Evil either? Jesus. What are you guys doing? You haven't played it? Oh man, that's terrible. That's terrible. You guys need to pick up a Resident Evil game, man. There's plenty to choose from.
Gotta get this open somehow.
I think there's a sale for Resident Evil at the moment. Definitely pick up one of them. Definitely pick something up. Okay. If you do, it'll be one of the first 4. Yeah, those are all good options. Those are all good options if you're talking about the remakes. I could do without 3. 3 is cool. Yeah, it's cool. Not very memorable. But yeah, those are all solid options. All the remakes, or even the first one, still holds up pretty well. Playing Dead Space Remake. I might need to get back on Dead Space Remake just because you people are people keep hyping it up. I might need to give that another shot. And I'm just gonna go ahead and look this up because I'm not paying attention. I can't commentate and pay attention to minute little details at the same time. Alright, so there's different ones on the difficulty. And we want to enter 1104. Alright. 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Yeah, I'm too busy flapping my gums to pay attention to puzzles.
It's all good. Nice and slow.
Yo, red hair, what's up, dude?
Get lost!
When did I blow up to Mr. Beast level? Will you drop Heart 8, a rope to help him climb? I can't see the whole thing because I've got the chat on screen to help him climb out of the crumb side. Yeah, I think he'd feel like the rope would be playing on easy mode, so probably not. Maybe I would make the rope like a little string, so that way it would be on the hardest difficulty. Maybe then he'd be tempted to climb up. I'll pass down a slippery, greasy rope. Play the Resident Evil games in order. I mean, now that they're remade, yeah, that was not a bad idea. Alright, he told you no easy mode, he has to work for it. Playing the Resident Evil games in order at this point is... they're all like modern now, so it's not like they're going to be having to adapt to old gameplay and anything like that. Except for like the first one, but I mean Resident Evil 1. But like 0 and 1, I mean those are the first ones, and they're also the oldest games. So
Don't look back! Don't look back!
yeah, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 still holds up pretty well. I don't like 5, but it still holds up. And then 6, I guess. 6 is whatever. 7, 8, yeah, you could totally play them in order without jumping around forwards and backwards in drastically different gameplay. Like, they're all pretty modern now with the remakes. You shouldn't have a problem. If you don't care about the order, then I'd say 2 remake. After that, 7, and then take your pick. 4, this is very good. This is highly recommendable. 2 remake and 7, I'd say, are the top dogs. All right, let's see. Grandfather clock. Lever. Let's see. I'm not sure I need to enter that one. Do I like California? I think the US has a lot of room for improvement. I really just look on and envy at other countries that I look up on YouTube. There's just too much violence, intolerance, and homelessness. Wealth distribution is trash. Public transportation is trash. But this is the country I'm in, so I guess I just gotta suck it up. I don't think any state's really gonna offer anything that drastically different or great. Like, America is pretty good if you have a lot of money. A lot of problems are not nearly as bad, or you could live in a country where they take care of people, and like, being poor in other countries is better than being middle class in this country. You've been in Jersey your whole life and you want to leave, but you don't know where to. Move to another country if you can. You know, if you have a in-demand skill, if you have a depending on your income, I mean, you could qualify for a work visa overseas, possibly. Generally, though, you have to have like a highly skilled profession and make a certain amount of money, or have like that combined with like university degrees. So a lot of them have point systems where a degree is worth this many points, a certain job on the list is worth this many points, and then years of experience. Would I move to Europe? I would move to any other developed country. As long as I can, you know, speak the language, I would be happy having been born any other developed country. Especially like Japan, but I mean, the grass is always greener, I guess. I may be going to France this summer, though, to see my dad. He lives in France, and he's been wanting to take me he's been wanting me to visit him in France for a long time. And I think this summer I'm going to go ahead and try to do it. Why Japan? It's cool, but you can't be surrounded by only Japanese people. You can't be surrounded by only Japanese people. I mean, you're surrounded by only American people. Like, can't be surrounded by only Japanese people. Like, you need the variety. Like, they do have heritage. I mean, this country doesn't really have much heritage. They got manners, they got respect, they got honor. They honor their family. The infrastructure is like next level. The train system. What ethnicity is my dad? My dad is from Cameroon. He's from Cameroon. He lives in France. Work culture is horrible. Yeah, it has a reputation, but I don't know. Look it up. Like it's I don't it's from what I've researched and seen, it's not really as bad as it's made out to be. But China is known for being more aggressive. Like they have 996, which is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, and that's just like not everyone is doing that, and that is changing. A lot of employees say that they just work strict, a strict set schedule, clock in and clock out right on time, and go home. So it's not all like that. The overtime culture, it's just like in Japan, they get paid overtime like in their salaries already. Like their salaries include overtime, a lot of them. At least traditionally it does. And then like it's a thing where they're not supposed to leave the office until the boss does. So even if they're not really doing work, um, it's just like considered rude to leave before the highest person does, and they just stay in the office even though they're not really doing anything. But then they go out for drinks and everything, and there's a lot more camaraderie. They go out for karaoke, pachinko, or what have you. But they do work. They are known for work, working a lot. You would move over to help Japan repopulate. Yeah, their population is declining very fast. It's too bad. Um, a lot of people are leaving. Like, it's become more geared towards old people, and just young people in Japan don't have that much ambition or meaning like strive to change anything. They don't really want to do anything big or different. And then there's like all these huge earthquakes that are supposed to happen over the next couple decades. And then Japan does not allow dual citizenship, so people just leave to be citizens somewhere else. Or they don't be citizens of Japan because they would have to give up their own citizenship. Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Japan was so powerful.
Just say I was done.
You need a woman with curves. I mean, uh, there's they're not all like really skinny like that. I mean, I think you would find plenty. You'd find what you're looking for in Japan. I think you'd be happy with I think once you get there and see them in person and how they act, I think you'd be happy with your selection. Search the Japan Pokemon Center. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Pokemon is massively popular in Japan. I don't think you'd find yourself lacking of the selection of women in Japan. If the ads don't go kablow. If the ads don't go kablow, you don't want it. Hey, those Japanese women they know how to satisfy a man. They will definitely satisfy you. You've seen anime? They definitely can satisfy a man. But can you satisfy them is the question. Can you satisfy them? Man, poor Ashley, dude, running around in this dark. We gotta focus for Ashley. Japan doesn't have a lot of Chads. You have the advantage. Yeah, so you think. So you think. Like, go ahead and see how long that relationship lasts for. If they do want foreigners, it's just because they can show you off to their friends and they really won't give a fuck about you. So you want to find someone that you actually like and have a good connection with. Foreigners come over there thinking they can just take all the women, do whatever they want. It's not that easy. You have a better chance in America. Trust me. At least when it comes to having any kind of decent relationship. I might look exotic to the ladies. I mean, you might look exotic, but just don't expect to be treated as anything more than a toy. Don't be surprised if that Japanese girl just ghosts on you all of a sudden. American women aren't wife material. That is a good point, but that's because a lot of men are not husband material. You know, they're not standing their ground, they're not masculine. Because women will act feminine when the guy is masculine. The women react to the man. And so men are simping. You know, women want a manly man. So they're complaining that the men aren't masculine. That's their complaint.
The heck?
You know, she wants a man with ambitions, energy. He needs to have, like, and then money. Like, why does money matter? Because money shows capability. Gaining resources, earning money. Most people you meet with money have a lot of energy. They have goals. They don't waste time. Very good socially. They know how to network. You know, not afraid of conflict. And yeah, that's the reason that women are being allowed to act like this. They're acting like men are allowing them to act. Am I wifing up a girl that says OnlyFans? I mean, if I get to know her and then I find out she does OnlyFans, like, it's going to be a case-by-case situation. Like, I don't know. I don't like setting it specific rules and everything like that. Like, I might be able to get her to stop doing OnlyFans. You know what I mean? I might set an ultimatum. How tall am I? I'm 6 feet. Salazar family insignia.
No, no, don't go out. Again, I've had enough of this.
Oh no, Ashley, she's had enough. Ethnicity of my mom was white.
Good nights, and stay still.
I'm 6 feet. I'm like 6 feet, maybe like slightly over, but I just say 6. My mom is white. Does my mom look like Ashley? Not really. Not really. My mom never called me the N-word, I hope. Yeah, she probably never heard of the N-word. My mom's side of the family is small town, Caucasian, and didn't get out too much. Gotta go the other way. Whose mom calls them the N-word? Has anyone's mom ever called them the N-word? Like, really? Say that to your kid? Logic, the rapper, said his mom did. I mean, as long as you have a good relationship. Let's see, that door is not opening. Man, I can't wait till this game comes to VR2. His mom called him the hard ER. Man, that's fucked up. Call him that hard N-word. Just running around.
Almost there.
Yeah, my mom did pass away. I don't remember mentioning that. I do not, don't know if I remember mentioning that, but yeah, she did. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Unless it was a long time ago. When did I mention that? Oh, Vision said it. Yeah, I probably did mention it at one point. Maybe. Yes, she was a nice lady.
Ashley, are you alright?
Yeah. Give me a sec, I'll get you out. Hey! Try this.
Can you make it down? I can catch you.
Yeah, I think so.
Ashley! Shit!
Man, these enemies just love putting their hands on Ashley. Like, they just run straight past Leon and go straight to Ashley. Who has a better chance of getting some coochie, Jack Move or Kovu? um, I'm not really that familiar with Kovu. King Kovu. I don't know. I have a hard time putting a voice to the name. Oh, here's Ada again. This weird ass outfit.
So, what's become of the Amber?
Sorry, nothing yet. But my little helper is creating quite the commotion. Everything will work out just fine.
As long as you can keep your dog under control.
He's a good boy. Predictable.
Fine. Keep your mutt. But don't come crying to me if you get bit.
She does not sound like Ada should sound.
Leon, changed your mind yet?
Ada?
Assuming you haven't, I've got a tip for you. Seems like something big is about to go down in the throne room. Babysitting's tough, huh?
Hey, Ada! Ada! Perfect.
She kind of sounds like Elena from
Same as ever.
Uncharted 4. Good voice actor. I'm just used to the Resident Evil 2 Ada. I think it was so great. Head for the throne room. Yeah, I
Got some
if
new
I
wares, stranger. You're in for a treat.
like I can recognize some of the voices, or like I can remember the names for them. Like definitely Jay Harvey, I can recognize him. I just I don't know. I have a hard time remembering some of them.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate. That cash in your pocket or your life? Easy choice, mate.
Let's see what we got
A
here.
well-tuned weapon can make up for dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less.
I love the merchant.
We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. I'll buy almost anything. Thank you.
This merchant has
Thank you.
such a history.
Came into some other bits and bobs too, mate.
Iconic character.
Come back anytime.
They definitely knocked it out of the park with the merchant. Anything going down tomorrow? Not necessarily as far as streaming. Probably won't stream tomorrow. Maybe a hot date. Hey, if anything like that happens, you guys will be the first to know. I will definitely let you know. You will be well informed. Okay, so now we continue. We will continue onward. I kind of have to get my bearings.
Oh, nothing but the finest wares.
Maybe Heartache can set me up with some urban people from Philly. Hey, maybe so, man. Maybe so. Yeah, you never know. But that might be like playing on the easiest difficulty. So, but I mean, if they're urban, then maybe not, especially from Philly. Now, if he set me up with some, with some white girls from California, yeah, that might be a little too easy. But anyways, shout out to the people watching. Hit the like button if you like it. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Play Resident Evil. Don't. You guys are sleeping on Resident Evil. Definitely check out the franchise. It's got plenty of good entertainment for you to enjoy and experience. And yeah, I'm gone.